That's right, you heard it, the S word. So I want to talk to you guys today about Satanism, yes, Satanism, and the three main branches I'm aware of. Now, as far as I know, it's not very organized in a sense of the whole religion, but there are, within the two main branches, they're organized. Now, the first branch, probably the most well-known, is LaVeyan Satanism. And it was, the church, I believe, was established officially in 1966 by Anton Szandor LaVey. And really the whole philosophy is that you shouldn't listen to what other people say, which I take very dearly to my heart. You shouldn't let other people influence what you do in your life. You should just do whatever you want, masturbate, just listen to any kind of music you want, dress the way you want, celebrate anything the way you want, just anything you want. And there are a few sets of rules, like I think maybe the 10 Satanic Truths, I think, is one of their principles, but there's not many. It's mostly a self-dictated religion, and I have a funny story about this. I'm not a Satanist, but I did some research on it once, and I had a Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey, and it was in my backpack, but it used to be on my bed, and I'd read it like every night, and I didn't even get through it all the way. I got like halfway through it, but it's a really easy read. It's just we were moving at the time, so I put it in my backpack so I don't even find it, because this is before school started. Then I started going into school, and my mom said, "Ethan, there's too much stuff in that backpack, let's clean it out." And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, no, let's not do that. And I was holding on to it. She's like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "Why are you doing this?" So we fought for several minutes. Then she went through my backpack, got all my little stuff out, and found it. And she looked at it like... Then at that moment, the phone rang, and she picked it up, was talking all calmly. And she was so pissed at me, you could tell, but she was talking all calmly on the phone. She went to the kitchen, ripped it up, threw it in the trash, and would hardly talk to me forever after that. It was like a week before we had a steady, normal conversation again. But yeah, it was... she handled it way better than I expected her to, because I expected her to burn me at the stake or something, even though it wasn't really that big of a deal. But yeah, it's a really interesting book, really good read. You guys should check it out if you're not too close-minded or whatever. But then also the other two branches, there's a theistic and spiritual. I'm going to start with spiritual. Spiritual Satanism. It was started, I don't know how long ago. It's not a very organized branch, but you go to any theistic site like that, any theistic Satanist site, they'll have some kind of setup, and it's all usually the same. They believe, basically what pagans do, that the gods created humans, and that the head god, as in ancient Sumeria, was Enki, and over time Christians had taken that and warped that as to say, our God is all, your gods are fake demons. And over time, I think, when they started writing in the Bible about Lucifer, because really, you look back in it, the idea of demons and fallen angels didn't come around until the New Testament, when the Jews were in, I think it was Babylon. Like, they went to a whole nother place, and they had got some new ideas mixed in with theirs. And, so, really, when they started developing the idea of a devil, and having goat hooves and all that, they looked towards pagan gods, like, Pan, who looked like a satyr, had goat appendages, and the Egyptian gods, who also had animal appendages, and Enki, who had, I think, the scales of a fish in his, and also, what was his brother's name? Enlil. He had the lower body of a donkey, and the ears of a donkey, and they look at this, and in order to say that they were demons, they would take them and give them demon names, and say, look, this is evil, you don't need to be worshipping these gods, and try to push out. But these theistic Satanists go back and they study that, and they see, okay, well, paganism came first, there's no way this can be true, paganism is true. So they go back, and really the whole religion itself is to develop your own soul, really, because they believe in the chakras, as in the Eastern tradition, and the whole Kundalini thing. So they try to develop themselves so that they can be gods, just like in the mythologies, so that they can adjust themselves to a higher sense of living. And they believe that the gods help them in this way, and they can achieve telepathic communication with the gods. So in LaVeyan Satanism, they don't believe in the afterlife, but in Spiritual Satanism, they do. And so really it's all just kind of about developing yourself and your own soul, really, just being your own god still, kind of. But they also worship the other gods and celebrate the pagan holidays. And then here in the third branch I'm going to talk about, this is also very commonly known but not very overground, it's very underground, is Theistic Satanism. And they are the stereotypical devil worshipping kind of people. Like, you ever hear about people going out and sacrificing goats and cats and dogs and shit? That's the Theistic. But not a lot of them still do sacrifices. I think a lot of it's just rebellion. A lot of them never read the Satanic Bible. A lot of them never did research on anything. They just kind of worship the devil. That's it. And kind of a practice in the goetic magic deal. But that's it. And really my personal view on it is that I've went back and done research, and I believe that if Christianity and Judaism is true, which it's not, but if it was, then there would be no Satan, just Lucifer. Because I went back and did some research, and the word Satan literally is the Hebrew word for adversary. And when they started translating the Bible from Hebrew into English, there's some parts that they left it, the adversary, into English, but then there's other parts where they left it as Satan, and they capitalize it to make a proper noun, so that it would give you the illusion that there is some other force aside from Lucifer and the demons, but really, there's no Satan. It's just a name that they came up with and tried to fool you into believing. So I believe if you're a true Christian and you go into research deep enough, then you won't believe in the existence of Satan, just Lucifer. But yeah, leave comments, you guys tell me what you think on it, what's your personal opinion, but yeah, other than that, see you guys, have a good day, fuck what everyone else thinks.